morning, freshmen. My name is Damien Joseph. I'm the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Academics, as Jervin has pointed out. I am in charge of all the academics that you will be experiencing over the next 3 years at NBS. So if you see me on the corridors, if you see me in the canteens, stop by, chat with me. Right? I would love to hear your experiences, your challenges, right, your frustrations, so that we can make this a partnership, right, between yourselves and the Nanyang Business School. So let me share my presentation, right? Right. So in the next maybe half an hour or so, what I'll be presenting to you would be your journey, right, over the next 3 to 4 years, depending on your program, right? And at every stage of this journey, you will have to make certain critical decisions, right? And I will explain what those critical decisions are and what the consequences of those decisions. So let me start off with, right, the curriculum structure. The curriculum structure that you'll be going through is innovative, is new, right? You are the first batch that will be experiencing this curriculum structure. In your first year, right, coming in this semester, you will be doing two different things. One, you'll be undergoing an interdisciplinary collaborative curriculum, right? And you've already been enrolled in some of these classes. And at the end of the first year, you'll have a professional attachment where we will encourage you, right, to find an organization, to find a job role that resonates with your career. I'll talk about these two in depth, right, as we go along. Now, let me focus on the interdisciplinary collaborative curriculum. It is interdisciplinary for two reasons. One, the curriculum in these courses are designed by a group of faculty from across the major colleges and schools. So, for example, the Navigating the Digital World, right? It's a course in the ICC curriculum, brings together people from the com science, faculty from the business school, faculty from the School of Humanities, right, and other areas, so that they come together to give you a different perspective, various perspectives and different angles to any particular topic. Right? So that's one way by which the curriculum is interdisciplinary. Right? The other, right, way by which it is interdisciplinary, you will be working and studying with students from all the other colleges in the same class, in the same project groups. In that sense, it is collaborative. You'll be working with others, like an engineer or a science student or a humanities student, on projects, learning together in teams. Right? So it's a collaborative approach. We're very excited about this, right? That you will have this particular program. In your first year, you undergo like 3 of these types of courses. Right? So, and in your second, right? And then as we progress along in your first year and more into your second year, you have your common college core. Regardless of whether you're in accountancy or business, right? These common college core are the foundation of the accountancy and business domain, right? And many of these courses will build on the interdisciplinary collaborative curriculum to develop deeper skills for you, right? So in the common college core, you will be doing your introductory marketing, you'll be doing introductory organizational behavior, accounting for everybody, communication strategies, and so on. Right? And then at the end of this particular first year, right, for those in the business domain, right, you'll be asked to specialize. Right? Our accountancy students will go on to do the accountancy core. Right? The business students will have to reflect, right, on the skills and on their interests that they have encountered in the first year with their different subjects to choose the various specializations. right? And I've listed the specializations here. You have the actuarial sciences, you have the banking and finance, the business analytics, human resource consulting, international trading, marketing, risk analytics, right? And we will get into these deeper a few slides down, right? What are the requirements, right, to get into these specializations? And then, right, the icing on the cake, right, the broadening and deepening electives. The broadening and deepening electives between 15 to 18 AUs, depending on your specialization, depending on the program, right, will allow you to do many things. And I'll talk a bit more deeply about these a few slides down. Right? It gives you the flexibility, it gives you the choice to take, for example, a minor, right? For example, like what the Dean was mentioning, a work-study program, right? To expand your horizons, right? To take courses from other colleges, right? Like astronomy, for example. So whatever interests you, right? Without having to face penalties, right? Because you can SU these topics. And then there is this whole area of co-curricular learning. This co-curricular learning encourages you to be a holistic person. So for example, our many leadership programs will be run out of the co-curricular modules. Right? And I will encourage you to take that. Right? So now the next few slides, let's get into deeper into the critical decisions that you will have to make, right, in your next 3 to 4 years with us. So to start off, right, the total academic units you require to graduate varies. If you're in the accountancy program, it's about 111. If you're in the business program, it ranges between 102 for the ITP to 111 for the actuarial sciences, right, program. Right? If you're in the double degree ACBS, it's 140 to 149, right, depending on which specialization you read, right, in the business portion of it. Yeah. So when you come in, right, courses in your first year are measured in academic units, and they range from 1 to 4 AUs each. Right. So roughly 1 AU is about 1 hour in-class interaction per week. Right. And we run 13 teaching weeks, and with the recess week, the 1 week recess, right, per semester. There are 2 semesters in a academic year. Right. Now, as you come in, right, many of you would have encountered a planned curriculum already, right, given to you. The undergraduate programs office, and Ms. Jessie Tan would be speaking more about the undergrad program office, right? Has planned a curriculum for you across the 3 to 4 years, right? So following the planned curriculum has its pros and cons, right? In terms of the pros, you have priority in registering for courses at every semester, right? During your personalized registrations time slot. Right? And you will be able to secure a seat, right, in an index, right? Of course, your preferred index may be full and you may not have a vacancy there, but you will have a seat in that course, right, if you follow the planned curriculum, right? And the planned curriculum will take you through graduation without any hitches or hindrances. So almost no obstacles, right? Now, there are no downsides to following the planned curriculum. Right? Now, if you are allowed to deviate from the planned curriculum based on your interests, based on your obligations within and outside school, right? But just know that deviating from the planned curriculum has more downsides that you need to be aware of, right? So one, right, it requires your own effort in planning your own curriculum structure. Hence, you need to know what are the prerequisites, right, required for higher level classes, what courses are offered in any given semester, right? Of course, you have the resources at the bottom left-hand corner that you could refer to, right? These are websites through NTU's intranet, right, to help you do that, right? Now, If you deviate from your planned curriculum, you'll be unable to register for preferred courses during your personalized registration time slot, right? So you could work around this by trying to add your courses and your indexes, right, at the end of the day or at the end of the personal registration period, right? So this is typically during the add drop period, as you would call it, right? Now, third, right, if you run into any issues with your own customized curriculum, right, NBS UPO may not be able to solve your errors, right? So the consequences is we have students extend your candidature, right? Take courses that are less preferred, right? So as you can see, right, my agenda here is to try and convince you, right, to stay with the planned curriculum as much as possible, right, and deviate from it as little as possible, right? So one strategy, and you can talk to your seniors about it, right, would be to balance the elective courses, right, by deviating, but stick to the core curriculum, right, as provided in your planned curriculum. Right? Now, some of you may be interested in exercising exemptions, right, for particular courses. Well, the NBS UPO would have already informed eligible students via email, right, before the start of the semester. Now, exemption of a particular course is optional. I would encourage you not to exempt for a few reasons. One, right, our pedagogy is different. The way we teach these subjects are different from your A level, your NUS high school, or the way it is being taught in poly. Right? We may provide you with new insights, right? And get you a different aha moment in these classes, right, that you may not have had in your secondary education. Right? So exemption is allowed, right, for first year courses, right? There would be no grade recorded in your transcript, but the university will award you, right, the academic unit for that particular course, right? You don't have to attend classes, right? But note that the exemption is irreversible. Once you've exercised it, right, you can't say, you can't reset. Right? So if you have taken, let's say, an A-level H2 Econs course and obtained an A, right, or have an IB grade of 7 for economics, right, you'll be eligible for a exemption for economics, right? Similarly, if you graduated from NUS High and have done a 2 math course, obtained a B plus or better, right, you should be able to exempt yourselves from the statistics and analytic course, right, in your first year. Right? So there are other relevant courses for diploma students, right, coming in with a diploma. Please refer to the website for that. Right. Now, very importantly, what happens if you fail one or more first year course? Right? My advice to you would be, don't panic. Right? It's not the end of the world, right? All you need to do is stay calm and repeat the course again. Right? Now, we understand that this is a step up. It's a different environment, right? So up to the 6 first failed attempts in year 1, right, will be excluded from your GPA calculation, right? But we will have an F grade on your transcript, right? And the repeat attempt, right, cannot be exempted, right? So don't panic. Repeat the course again. It's not the end of the world, right? But my advice to you would be, don't fail, right? So failure should not be an option that you will exercise in your first year or any year for that matter. Right? So now, professional attachments. Right? The next few slides will give you the when, the why, and the what ifs, right, for professional attachment. The professional attachment is a 10-week internship at the end of year one, right? Typically starts around mid-May, right? In your case, it would be mid-May 2022, right? And it will go up all the way to the end of July. You will be given 5 academic units for these 10 weeks, right? And this first attachment is to have you explore your career interests, your career aspirations. It is to explore putting into practice things that you have learned in year one, right? Your general business knowledge, your skills, your abilities, right? And this is a very good opportunity to start sharpening your softer skills, right? In addition to your technical skills, right? You will find that abilities like presentation, communication, influencing skills are very important in the business world. Right? You are working with decision makers in organizations, so you will have to put across your arguments cogently, coherently, right? And start practicing with your professional attachments. Right? The structure of the PA, well, the NBS Careers Office will run a set of courses for you, right? The business school will be the first school, right? This particular semester and the next to run a course ML 004, Career and Entrepreneurial Development for the Future World, right? This is a important prerequisite that you will have to register and complete before you go for your PA. Right? You would have completed a minimum of 30 academic units by the end of your first year, right? And then you will be required, you'll be eligible for the professional attachment, right? And it should be done at the end of your first year, second semester, right? You'll receive a pass or fail grade, right, for the professional attachment, right? So it's not too onerous, right? So as long as you keep up the expectation, good work ethic, right, you'll be able to perform swimmingly, right? What is required of you during the PA will be a set of reflection exercises, right, that you'll be submitting to a faculty, right? The faculty will read, will offer you advice if you raise any challenges, right? Will provide you with guidance, right? And then there will be a organizational assessment of your stint, 10-week stint in that. Okay? And based on all of these, you'll get a pass-fail grade. Okay? Now, your professional attachment can be a local or overseas, but currently the overseas is kind of restricted, right? So most of your professional attachments expected to be local, right? But if the world opens up, right, take the opportunity to sign up for a overseas professional attachment. Okay, so you are strongly recommended, right, following the planned curriculum to complete your professional attachment, right, at the end of first year, right. Now, the applications for your professional attachment will be through the NBS NTU career portals, or it can be self-sourced, right? If it's a self-source, there's a whole set of procedures that you will have to go through, like providing NBS Careers Office with the development, right, schedule for those 10 weeks, your supervisor name, that sort of thing. Even they will assess it and let you know whether it is suitable for a PA. Okay? And then the PA can be done under different programs. For example, the experiential semester or the work study program, right? That's up to you, right? So you have some flexibility in your PA. Okay? So along the way, we will, the undergrad programs office, as well as NBS, the careers office, will be sending you emails, will be sending you resources and trying to help you come to clarify your career aspirations and your career expectations, right? And help you along the way to sign up for your first professional attachment. Okay? So if you have any questions, we have a question and answer session. So just jot down your questions, and then during the Q&A, right, we will get to all of the details and the nitty-gritties, right? So what happens if you're unable to secure a PA in your planned time frame? Well, my advice still stands. Don't panic, right? What you will then need to do, right, would be to try again, right, in your second year, second semester. That's the other window of opportunity you have, right? So if you face difficulties in securing a professional attachment, please quickly go talk to the NBS Career Services. Don't put it off, right? The earlier you sort out your PA, the easier it will be for you. Then comes at least for the business students, right? The decision on the business specializations is a lot easier for the accountancy graduates, right? They just go on to do their accountancy core and courses, right? For the business students, at the end of their first year, right, you'll have to think about your career aspirations, your interests, your capabilities, right, in choosing one of our specializations. Right? Our specializations vary in the intensity of quantitative skills required. Right? Like actuarial science is very quantitative. If you are very comfortable with your mathematics background, right, that's something that you can consider. Right? And then it varies from there. Right? But all our courses require a certain amount of quantitative skills. Right? So if you're not up to speed with with your quantitative skills, we have a math refresher course, right? That will be coming on stream, and you will be getting an email about it, right? Especially for those with weaker math background, or maybe even the returning NS men who want to brush up on your math skills, right? We have a refresher course available for you, right? These would be during in the evenings or during the mid-semester break, right? And it will be like a 4 or 5 uh, 5 5-day program, right? 5 classes. So here are the 7 specializations. We have the actuarial science. We are the only business school in Singapore to have an actuarial science program. The actuarial science program is accredited with major actuarial professional associations. You get exemptions, right? Certain exemptions through this particular program, as we do with the accountancy program, right? You have banking and finance, right? You have international trading, right? If you're into, if you like to trade with commodities and such, right? Risk analytics, business analytics, human resource consulting, and marketing, right? So these are the 7 specializations we currently have, right? Now, at the end of, or closer to the end of your semester 2, right, to one day to the release of your Sem 2 results, you are able to choose, right, or rank your preferences for these kinds of specializations, right? And the allocation is based on your streaming criteria, which I will show you in the next slide, right? Depending on how well you have done in the first year, right? Your choices, your preferred choices, right, ranked, which will be your most preferred specialization to get to versus your last, right? And of course, vacancies, right? So each specialization has a limited number of seats available, right? So it's kind of competitive. So to get into the specializations, these are your criteria, right? So for example, if you want to get into banking and finance, for example, right, you need a B plus in financial management. It is also true for the ITP, the international trading, right? If you're looking to get into, for example, marketing, right, you need a tougher hurdle here. You need to get C plus for statistics and analysis, and AB for marketing, right? So you'll notice that many of our, in fact, all of our specialization require a certain amount of quantitative skills, right? So when you decide which specialization that you want to opt for, right, interest is important, right? And you would have already gone through the major programs, major courses, right? Listed here, the 4 major courses, right? That will give you an insight into the specializations, right? Along the way, we will have provided you with specialization talks. There are faculty advisors at your disposal. Go talk to them. They are very approachable. They're very nurturing, right? You can talk to them and try and get your uh, try and come to some understanding of what might fit, right, your profile, right? You also have seniors in each specialization. Each specialization, by the way, has a specialization club, right? So you have the banking and finance club, you have the HRC club, the marketing club, business analytics club, right? If you're interested in any of these, go seek them out, go join them, right? And learn about what they do about the specialization, right? And they are welcoming, right? These are your peers, and they understand, and some of the leaders are among you, right, during your orientation, right? Go talk to them. Right? And then we have the undergraduate career advisors, right? Which Linda and team, right, have made available to you. Right? So if you want more information, we have web pages available for you to get more information. Now, right, after your specialization, closer to your end of your second year, your third year, that's when you start broadening your the courses that you take, broadening the topics, right? Or you can deepen, right, certain. So now, your broadening and deepening electives can be used for many things. Right? You've got about 15 to 18 AUs depending on specialization. One thing that you can do with your broadening electives is to take up a work study program. The aim of the work study program is to practice your specialization, be it accountancy, be it actuarial science, be it risk analytics, whatever, to practice those technical skills on real world issues. Right? The work study program enhances your employability because you are in situ in an organization in your functional role, either as an accountant or a risk and analytics professional or a human resource professional. Right? It socializes you into the profession and into the organizations of your choice. Right? You learn about your job. You learn about your peers, your professionals. Right? You learn about the organization. Many of our students who have gone through the work study program, right, have typically been employed by the internship organization themselves. Right? Not all, right, but we have enough to say that this is a successful program. Right? So in this WSP, the work study program, you have like 35 weeks of continuous experience. Right? You have on-the-job coaching, mentoring. Right? You get paid a stipend, right, for your time with the organization, and we give you 13 AUs, right, taken from your broadening, deepening electives. Right? So I would encourage you, right, to take this on. Right? And of course, our ACBS double degree students have other opportunities, more opportunities to take on other internships. But unfortunately, those will be non-credit bearing, right? You do it because you want to practice. Other things that you can do with your broadening and deepening electives is to take MOOCs, for example, right? Given that you have a 12, but you have a limited set of AUs, right? You have to choose whether you want to do a work study program or you might want to use up those broadening electives for MOOCs, right? So these massive open online classes are to expand your horizon provide you with an education, right? Go beyond the courses that you're studying. Take courses that interest you, right? You'll get a pass or fail grade for these 12 AUs that you take, right? Your SU quota is not utilized, right? So NBS has about 33 pre-approved MOOC courses for you to look at, right? For you to attempt, right? So if this interests you, go ahead, right? Have a look at it. So what is this SU option or satisfactory, unsatisfactory option? Now, every course you get at the end of the day provides you with a letter grade. And this is the nomenclature that we are using at NBS, right? And NTU in general, right? So now, students can opt to replace up to 12 AU's worth of course letter grades with a satisfactory, unsatisfactory grade, right? And the rationale for this is to encourage students to take broadening, deepening courses that are outside your comfort zone, right? Without worrying about competing with students in the other disciplines. So, for example, you've always heard about linear algebra, right? And want to know what it is. Go take it as a broadening, deepening elective. No downsides on your CGPA, right? You can SU it at the end, right? If you want to take up astronomy, for example, go take astronomy, right? Learn with the science students, right? Without impacting your CGPA. So this is one way by which we encourage you to broaden, to get an education out of your time with us, right? This is only applicable for the BDE courses, broadening, deepening courses. But please note, right? The decision to SU a particular course must be made prior to the release of the results, right? No retrospective SU would be allowed, right? There is no impact on your CGPA computation if you SU a course, right? So please, right, exercise your SU options cautiously, right? It is irreversible, right? And you can't, after the results come out, you can't, right, exercise SU, right? So there is no retrospective exercising of your SU for any reason. Okay, finally, an exchange program, right? At this point in time, right, the local exchange programs are typically running. Your exchange programs, you go off to a different university to take their courses, transfer credit back to NTU. Right? We will recognize those courses after matching and reviewing those courses. Right? If COVID allows us, if COVID dissipates and overseas exchanges allow, right, in your year 2, year 3, I would encourage all of you, right, to take that opportunity. But as of this time, right, overseas exchanges are temporarily suspended, right? But local exchanges are still open, right? So go look at NUS courses, go look at SMU courses, go look at SUTD courses, right? If a course interests you, right, let us know, right? We will review it, right? And we will advise you on what the appropriate courses are, right? That can be matched back to one of your courses at NBS. Finally, and very importantly, I will end my my presentation with having you focus on academic integrity. Right? NTU holds academic integrity as a fundamental ethic. We have zero tolerance, right, on breaches of academic integrity. The penalties can be quite severe depending on the breach, right? Anything from a letter of reprimand that goes on to your academic record to expulsion, right? And examples of breaches, it's not a comprehensive list, but the more popular ones are cheating, plagiarism, and collusion, right? This turn up every year, right? And we will take you to task for it, right? Collusion, for example, is anything that it could be even, for example, you have a assignment due, you have lent your friend your assignment, right? And your friend takes a look at it, copies it wholesale. You providing your friend a uh, providing your friend, right, the assignment is collusion. Your friend who copies it, right, is cheating, is plagiarizing, right? So both of you get hauled up and both of you will face the penalties. So it is really not worth it, right? And I would encourage you to rethink, right, what you do in this particular course, right? So if you're unsure, please familiarize yourself with the integrity handbook. It's available through the NBS portals, right? And ignorance is not an excuse here, right? So at the end of the day, right, you have you have there are certain things that you have to decide, right? Consider and decide. You are free to choose, right? But you are not free from the consequences of your choice, right? So please consider what you want to do, balance the pros and cons. You decide, right, what is best for you moving forward for the next 3 years. Right? With that, uh, I have I am done, right? And I will pass my time back to Jervin.